so long.
These ultras are from something else, but I still have those Coors Lights from Nickajack.
What is up, everybody? Welcome one, welcome all to the circus, the newest circus in town. And that is, welcome to the Tackle Co-op. What is the Tackle Co-op? Well, we're going to get into that here in just a second, but let's first introduce the crew that we've got going on here tonight. Mr. Brian Chum Daddy Crossan. He once set the hook so hard he crossed the fish's eyes and it went for circles for 3 days. And you can't teach that. You just can't teach that kind of hook set. To the bottom square, we've got Marcus the tree rat Grubbs. He once climbed a tree so high he could see bass bedding 3 states away. Me, I'm Chad Brock, and nobody knows what the hell I'm doing here. So
the maestro of the mic.
I am not that at all, not even close. But welcome back to Bass Crazy 365 and the new Tackle Co-op podcast. It's been a long time coming. You know, originally, gentlemen, the idea was to name this coinciding with the Bass Crazy 365 items, but we did the Bass Crazy 365 show before people were really doing podcasts. You like called it in on your phone to like some network thing and through Fishbait Radio. So in honor of that, we bring you now the Tackle Co-op, brought to you by Bass Crazy 365, produced by Limestone Media, which, surprise, that's all us. So nobody owns this podcast but us, so we can say whatever the hell we want to. That's twice already, in case you're counting on how this is going to go. So let's introduce the fine folks of this damn podcast. Brian, where the hell are you from? How the hell did you get here? And tell us about you. Like, introduce your damn self.
Wow, that's a lot to take in.
And it's gonna get worse as we go.
I was born and raised in the great state of West by God, Virginia, many moons ago, and transplanted to Indiana, which is a great state in itself. And kind of,
you ask.
Married to a beautiful wife, have great kids, and we like to fish and make baits. Oh, that's pretty much it. I mean, almost 45 years of fishing. I mean,
hold on, we got to pause for station identification. Also brought to you by Chum Daddy Baits. They bite.
Proceed. Chum Daddy 365.
Chum Daddy Baits. They bite.
They bite. But yeah, it's just, happy to be here with my friends, pals, my fishing pals.
You were kind of a podcaster before it even freaking started, bro.
It was before
Chum Daddy Lives.
Yeah,
you were the first guy. You were the first guy ever seen a really big boat.
It was like this. It was like this in a truck.
Yeah, driving down the road.
No, it was what was it? Starve Hollow, where I saw you. You had a huge boat. I can't remember what it was, but it was. Did you have a Hobie for a minute?
I would have had a Hobie back then. Yeah, PJ-14.
Yep. Yeah, that was the first one I ever saw.
Yeah, that would have been that time frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only ran 2 boats, and that's Jackson and a Hobie. That's the only 2 boats I've ever ran.
Yep. It's been Jackson and one Old Town for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're kind of a legend in your own right. You just got old.
Yeah, dude. It's time for a comeback.
Legends don't die; they just get old.
Yeah, dude.
Fade away.
A little grayer.
Old trucker never dies. He just gets a new Peterbilt.
So I mean, you can now. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Marcus Grubbs.
Yes,
Marcus Grubbs. Just give us your life story. Tell us about you. To introduce the fine folks at home that are probably yawning already. Tell me a little bit about you.
I'm just a goofy stoner kid from fucking Indiana, man. I I grew up doing whatever I wanted, kind of just being athletic, and I got into riding bikes and did that forever, and got into fishing about 12 years ago or so, I'd say, and never looked back, dude. It's been awesome. Uh, I love just fishing from that tiny little kayak and getting back in those spots where you can't really get to unless you have a small boat like that, and sneaking up on those big fish because there's always a couple big ones shallow, and that's where I like to do my thing.
I like it. I like it. Met you goobers both through this little
Yep.
stupid sport of kayak fishing.
World.
I don't even know if
2016
you
or
can't even
15,
call
I
it a
think.
sport anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't see any athletes out there. Out of the
Mhm.
60, there's two. There's not. You can't call it a sport without athletes.
There's definitely, it was definitely different at a time. We'll get into that. Let's get into that here in a second. So the tackle co-op. What is the tackle co-op? Well, the tackle co-op is anything and everything. It could be, when you open up your tackle box, what do you've got? You've got an array of lures that come from all over the place. I mean, freaking dice, you've got jigs, you've got crankbaits, you've got all kinds of different things. There's no rhyme or reason. You're just going to pick something up and you're going to huck it out there on the water. And, you could be after bass, you could be after crappie, you could be after whatever. It don't matter.
yeah,
These conversations, what we're saying is it's going to be a broad spectrum. We may be over here talking about kayak fishing or bass boat fishing, and then over here we may be talking about baseball. We don't know where this is going. This is very unscripted.
totally
Very
unscripted.
And we don't care. We just, we're here for it and excited about it. So with that being said, where was I? What was we talking about? Seriously, what was this?
I feel like I was just talking smack on something.
You was talking smack about how kayak fishing is no longer even a sport.
Oh yeah, I said there's no athletes in it. My bad. I probably offended some people because there are
That's
a couple
okay.
of us out there that are athletes. I include myself in that category because I'll beat your ass at some basketball. But as far as being athletic, I don't see too many of them out there.
No, I think we definitely lost that portion of the game and continuing to lose it every day.
But also, sorry, how athletic do you have to be?
Depends on how you
nowadays. Not at all, unless you're traveling cross country doing 5 or 6 tournaments a weekend. I mean,
right? You gotta have a little bit of,
but
right.
I mean, you back your boat in on a trailer and you hook your iPilot up and turn it on your phone and step into
on
it.
Your seat.
Yeah. Take off with your little motor and go.
Those hook sets with the spinning rods aren't too violent, so you ain't even got to do that too hard.
Yeah.
No, not anymore. But yeah, I guess this is kind of where this is starting. So we threw that spaghetti at the wall and it's going to stick.
Right. It's stuck. It's stuck. I mean, glitter boats are the same way. I mean, you're doing the same thing. It's not like you're out there for an hour at a time, hitting another 300-pound man, lined up against us, or running up and down that court for 2 hours, or
man, you have to be way less of an athlete to do it out of a bass boat.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
yeah, I think I go into a lot of these tournaments with an advantage, just being how I am.
Skinny. Just say
totally.
It.
Bro, let me tell you, dude. This is all true. When I was first starting in all this, you're right though, because I didn't have no problem standing up in a boat. I didn't have no problem getting in and out. And here, this last tournament, I literally fell out of my boat at the ramp because I couldn't stand up because I'm so fat. It's like, it catches up to you,
and something in your ecosystem called a body changes too, as far as your balance
yeah.
and whatnot goes.
Yeah, even that's
with-
changed in myself. I'm not
but
as quick as I used to be.
I will say, I'm going to go back to the end of 24. I was done at the end of October. I was like, I'm done with it. I'm over it. And, it sucked. I was just tired. Looking now, making some changes throughout the summer, doing some things different. I can honestly say that, at the end of this year, I feel good. I'm still ready to keep going. And I'm an old man, still all humane powered.
Yep.
Still haven't got into the motor thing. Don't really
I don't know
care if I
how.
do or
I
not.
don't know how you haven't.
It's broad, man. That's a big discussion. It's actually a struggle and a fight that I'm having within
Dude,
myself. We'll get
You're
into
just
that.
too
We've got
stubborn. Too
plenty
stubborn.
of damn time. It's not that. It's just like a love. It's a
I get
love
it.
to get beat up.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of
Yeah.
like hit me again. I like it. May I have
Yeah.
another?
You got to embrace the suck.
Right.
I
As,
love
as
the
the wind's
suck.
blowing against you sideways.
Yeah.
Please.
At least you got pedals for that, dude. I paddled against that kind of
Oh
stuff
shit.
and been so scared before.
But like even like shit being where we're at, I mean, it was like not so long ago that people were like up in arms because people had freaking pedals. So here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it evolves. It always will, and it always.
Oh,
I mean, that's the constant. It's always change. I mean, we will always see change. You will always see old guys complaining about the newer generation, and new generation complaining how the old guys did it, and it's just on and on and on.
The I think that though there is a threshold. I mean, the sport isn't the hobby. Let's call it a freaking hobby because that's what it is.
Yeah.
And there's so much we can elaborate on there too. The hobby is what it is. It's not getting any younger for multiple reasons. There's a lot of different avenues that these individuals can take on and stay as far away from this goofy thing as they can. But looking at it full circle, the sport's not bringing in very many young anglers at all.
No.
So, where does it stand? Where does it go? Where does it lead itself to? And as people get older, bigger, less stable, bigger boats are getting bigger, motors are getting stronger, and people are getting lazier.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, I can remember when I first started doing tournaments. God, I don't even know what year that was, but like the first year Hobie ever had a tournament at Kentucky Lake. I was at that one, and they were talking about the next. I can't believe it was that year or the next year. I think it was the next year. They put on like a junior division, and I'd seen a couple of junior divisions in different, organizations. And like, I don't even see that stuff anymore, and unless I'm just overlooking it somewhere.
No, it's an insurance liability.
Yeah. Because it was like 16 and under, you could get in the junior division, and you had junior champions and junior this and junior that, and you just don't see it anymore.
My high school has a bass fishing team, and there's no way they would have a kayak bass fishing team.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you're not gonna see that till college.
Yeah, somebody
if that, yeah.
Somebody was talking the other day, and I can't remember who it was, but I'm not going to say a name because I can't remember who it was, so I don't want to put nobody on blast or nothing like that. But it was like 12% of all boating deaths are kayak related. 12%, and that's not involving a bigger boat or anything. That's just kayak related at its base. So that's somebody falling out, somebody getting injured.
That's not necessarily fishing though. That's just boating as a whole.
Yeah, so that's boating as a whole.
Fair.
That's kayaking as a whole.
Yeah.
And that leads back into it could be whitewater too. But it's like we were talking about this younger generation, who's teaching these younger generation? We had the big COVID boom where everybody was out buying, I don't want to say Walmart boats, but cheaper boats to get out and do stuff. And, nobody really taught these people how to do things, where the boundaries are. Where's your buffer zone fishing next to somebody? You
Right.
guys have had people run in front of you before too, or coming up close to you in the middle of a lily pad field with a motor going full blast. Is that something we as senior members of the fishing community or recreational community should be teaching, or should that be something that we say, hey, we need to start?
Me and my buddy Adam Marshall had a conversation about this the other day, and it's kind of an interesting topic as well. When you look at teaching and how we've gone about it, we kind of fast forward and we skip a generation with us and this new college age fishing crap. We didn't take kids fishing.
Yeah.
If our kids were at home and they said that I don't want to go, I just want to stay here, you looked at them, and I'm guilty, very guilty. They wanted to stay home and play video games, and I didn't drag them out there like my dad did to spend a Saturday doing something outside, working, fishing, whatever it may have been. It was, nah, I ain't gonna deal with this. So you just went, and we skipped a lot of that. And I think there's a big generation of people that are my age, a little bit older, maybe a little bit younger, that didn't take their kids fishing just because they didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I can see that, and that's true because like we've had this talk before. We want to get out nowadays anyway for that peace and tranquility, and it's like pulling kids along that don't want to be there in the first place. You're not going to get that, but it's like I don't want to say it's ingrained in your brain or nothing like that, but it's like I personally I don't ever recall having that issue. I was, I guess, lucky or blessed that the kids always wanted to kind of go. Even nowadays, it's I've had kids ask me, "Hey, when we're going to go fishing again? You going to go fish a tournament? You and mom going to go fish this weekend? What's going on?" But my dad did drag me. And at the time, Lord, I was young then. I mean, that was back in the '70s, and I didn't know him better, but I grew up playing on the banks of the river because my dad would be out there fishing, and then
Right.
it all starts like they said, this crazy insaneness starts with catching a bluegill on a bobber, and you're hooked, and now you're thousands upon thousands of dollars in debt for fishing crap, buying Amish Japanese swim baits or some crap.
Amish Japanese, tell me more.
Those are rare.
Right, very
Those are
rare.
rare. Those are really rare. I'm them Amish over in Japan. They make the best stuff. I'm here to tell you. But no, I think. Do you think kayak fishing, since we're on this topic and not the other part, do you think it has damned itself and for failure?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Marcus.
No, I was gonna say, like, I don't think it did on purpose or anything, but I think it's a lot easier. I don't know because I've never had a boat like a bass boat or a boat that could handle 4 or 5 people or 2 or 3 people or whatever. But it'd be a lot easier to get a couple people out on a 17, 18-foot boat to go fishing than to find a kayak for them, make them actually have to paddle out and enjoy it like you do. It's a little tougher sometimes to get somebody who doesn't really care to be out there and get it, or it's a lot easier to throw them on the boat, go run to a spot that has fish on them, let them throw their baits out, catch fish, and then run to another spot where they don't have to do anything. I think part of the struggle is getting them to actually do something. I've taken my boy out, and he doesn't want to do shit. I got to throw him in the back of my boat, and I go pedal around and let him net my fish or something, or, I've taken my old lady out, and she's cool for a few hours or, most of the day, really. But there's some days where she ain't going to want to be out there more than an hour or two, I feel like. So there's a lot of times where I need to be out there by myself just so I can actually do something. I ain't got to worry about anybody else or, so it is a little bit more of a singular sport sometimes. I don't even have anybody. You guys both live over an hour away from me. Yeah. I can't even go fish with you guys if I hit you up and be like, hey, let's meet up here after work. That's not going to happen.
No, it's too far on weeknight.
So.
And it is a singular sport, and I think there's other factors that are involved. I think no matter how you look at the sport in a lot of ways, and team fishing even, I think, can be singular in some ways. Team fishing in a boat it's a blast, but I don't know. It's still singular.
There's a difference though between, and you guys, I'm sure will admit to this, whether in a big boat or a crappie boat or a musky boat or a kayak. You were talking about dooming ourselves. It's to me, it's dooming itself as a tournament thing, not as just kayak fishing or not just as kayaking.
You're right.
Because, there's always going to be people out there that, hey, I'm going to go to Academy, buy a $300 boat and get out there and play around and learn stuff.
Yeah. And go whack some crappies.
Yeah. Just go down to a stripper pit somewhere and fish. But
have a blast.
In tournament wise, yes. Personally, it's doomed beyond doomed because of one thing, and that's money. Money has doomed everything. Everything is, I don't want to say more expensive because that's kind of cliche, but if you're not on
with the Joneses,
keeping
up with the Joneses,
right. If you don't have a big cheap box, if you don't have a big motor, if you don't have a big boat to haul this crap around in with 4 lithium batteries, you can't. You're going to beat me out to that ledge, so I'm not going to go out to that ledge and fish.
Yeah, if you don't have a nice truck to even get you there,
right?
Good luck.
But it's like it's kind of like, and I'm not going to mention no names, but that picture I sent you the other day, Chad, it's like, why do you need all that stuff?
Dude, it's crazy. The people that have all that stuff, though, I mean, they're not the ones that are at the top. The people that have the $20,000 boats. I mean,
yeah,
but the ones doing
it. Like they were talking the other day on another show. Right now, just to get into tournament bass fishing at say an open, if you wanted to start from scratch. Say, hey, right now I've got money. I'm going to go out and I want to start fishing. I want the best of the best. Well, you got to go get a boat. There's $100,000 right there. You got tournament fees. Well, there's probably $60,000 right there. So there's $160,000 to haul. And the only thing you've got is fees in a boat. You haven't bought fuel, gas. You haven't bought oil, you haven't got a truck, you haven't got food, you haven't got lodging, you don't have nothing, and you're throwing your bait on a hope and a prayer.
Yeah, this is the cheapest way to do it. And
it's expensive as hell. And I think that's what draws so many people to it. It's like,
that's what drew me.
Right. And that's why I like it too. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I can go out and have a little competition on a weekend and, spend 60, 80, $100 and,
Yeah.
have a chance to win. Yeah. Am I right now fishing against, the competition? Yeah. I mean, because I don't have any electronics whatsoever.
Japanese Amish is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, your Japanese Amish bait just like
It's real.
bridge that gap.
It's real.
You don't need electronics when you got Japanese Amish shit.
No, it's real.
Do they make swim baits?
I don't know. We'll dive into that later.
Dude. Out of horse hooves.
So I've had a theory. Marcus has heard this theory, and he doesn't necessarily agree with it, and that's okay.
Oh, wait, maybe I do. I've thought about it.
I think that when you look at this sport, this hobby, it will never grow past where it's at. Then there's a couple reasons for that. Supercross is the big draw to handlebar racing events and different things. ATV racing essentially does the same thing. They've just got four wheels and dirt bikes have got two. It's less sexy. When you look and you compare, it's the same activity, but it's less sexy. When we took what we had, which was something that was human powered, and we put a motor on it, we all of a sudden became the ATV world. Because if you are, there's a couple, you made it a very unmarketable sport. Because when you look at and you watch Bassmaster, it's way cooler to watch somebody run 70 than it is to watch somebody go maybe 5 miles an hour or 7 miles an hour. I'm sorry, it's just not cool.
7's crazy if you're in a kayak, dude.
Yeah.
Watch out, dude. 6.5, dude. Chill out, bro.
There's zero cool factor there. You're in this little plastic boat with looking like a ham radio operator with 82 rods sticking up, trying to get struck by lightning on a sunny day.
I've gone 6.
Yeah. but when you look at that from a marketing standpoint, and I will argue with anybody on this that wants to argue about it because I don't really care. I'm right and you're wrong. I said that, didn't I?
Yes.
You look at putting a motor on a kayak, and it takes away the drama factor to what the sport could have been, as far as being marketable to different genres. You've got that get back factor. If you're watching and you're trying to watch a kayak event on TV, which you've all of a sudden you've got to make big decisions. You're human powered. You're up against Mother Nature. Mother Nature is going to play a factor. Your decision making is going to play a huge factor. If Marcus decided that Marcus is going to go 5 miles out and he has to be back at X time touching the boat ramp, he's got a big decision to make. Can he make it back? I know he's got to be aware of his time. He's got to know. And if he pushes it, we've all seen in Bassmaster anglers run out to the furthest point that they can get to. They make 3 or 4 casts, and that's their day. Then they've got to turn around and head back. I mean, there's that drama of getting back, and they've got to run 70. Can you imagine doing that under your own power? I mean, we did it for a long time. But you also, when you take that away and everybody's all of a sudden out there going 5 mile an hour, and I mean, is a helicopter really going to fly over top of you like they used to do Van Damme, and you're out there going, nobody cares. No. It's laughable. No. It's laughable at that point. And you took away a lot of non-endemic sponsors as well when you look at that in the fitness portion of what kayak fishing could have been. Guys are gonna, Marcus alluded to it out of the gate. Guys that could have stayed in better shape because they would have knew. I mean, if you know you're gonna make that trek, you're gonna keep yourself in top physical condition all year because you have to.
Right.
You have to build up
Yeah.
and keep that stamina to go. So then all of a sudden you're looking at better athletes. You're looking at, time management, Mother Nature battles. There's storylines to tell across this whole thing. I mean, when you look back at, I keep using Supercross for an example, but it's been very pivotal in that switch. When you look at when Ricky Carmichael finally beat Jeremy McGrath, the biggest thing that he did was he went out and got his ass in shape. And then he got in the best shape of his life, and he stayed that way until he retired. And then he absolutely dominated everybody because he was just in better shape. Bottom line, the old guys that were before him, they were still out partying and drinking beer and having a good time and playing in the mountains and doing
Right.
what they did. But, you look at kayak fishing. Would you have created a individual that was, had that moment where he got in such good shape that he was able to go further, fish longer, do these things in order to stay above his competition? And that would have been a factor. You can't say it wouldn't have been. I mean, it would have been a huge factor.
Yeah.
I've said it so many times, and to my my buddy Tim that I fish with all the time. I've said it so many times to him. Like, we have such an advantage going into this tournament in July.
Mhm.
It's 100 degrees outside. The water temp's 90. Everybody's hot. It sucks, but we can just do it. We can push through all that crap and fish all day. We ain't gotta stop and take a fucking break, dude. We can just fish.
No naps. No naps.
No,
nothing.
nothing, dude. I don't eat, drink, or do nothing those fucking 8 hours, dude. I'm fishing, dude. My bait is in the water. I ain't doing nothing else.
But even when you were human powered, like you've got a boater now, but let's go back to when you first started.
Totally.
You didn't
Same
win
deal.
by getting to a spot first. You won by sliding your boat off of the boat ramp and doing nothing but casting for 8 hours. You made more casts in 8 hours than a lot of people would make in 3 days.
And that's what I had to do. I could see the boat ramp.
I mean,
every time about,
like back when I was in shape. You remember that tournament we fished at Patoka, where you came in first and I came in second. I was still
fishing the ramp at the end of the day.
At the ramp.
Yeah.
Because I still needed more inches. I still needed more. And I was coming down to that second, I wasn't quitting.
Dude.
Luckily I got that one right there, put me in the second place, but it's like, dude, I'm not going to quit until I have to quit.
Exactly. Same deal, dude. I'm down to that last second, dude. I'm watching the clock.
But you, all of a sudden, if you take that motor out of there, you ramp up that dynamic and make that something else that it could have been. It could have been beautiful. I mean,
I could honestly, I could take it or leave it. I could take it or leave it with the motor.
Job. And I can see people. I can see people doing like USA Bassing's doing with the Small Lakes tournament thing, only doing a pedal or paddle tournament only.
Yeah.
Or, hey, this is going to be a paddle tournament only. We're going back. We're going to start regressing and get back to where we started. I can see people.
I'd be totally fine without motors because I know I still have an advantage.
And it'll be like a niche thing.
Here's the thing that was actually brought to my attention. That was actually left to be my decision in 2026 is if we wanted to go back that route through that USA Bass and stuff. And, you're faced with a couple things. You're faced with participation. Our guy's going to come out. Are they going to deal with it right out of the gate? Some of them aren't. They'll go somewhere else. They just don't care. They're not going to do it because they're lazy. They think they're right. They don't look at the big picture of the marketability of the overall product. But could you kill it and bring it back is the other question that you're faced with. Like, what would the kill would be instantaneous, but how long would it take to start rebuilding something in a manner that, had guys excited about coming back and doing that and trying it that way, what's your reach look like? There's just a lot of numbers
Yeah.
that go into it that you've got to start looking at. And believe me, if I felt comfortable, I'd have probably done it. But I
Yeah.
listen to. I've got a panel of dudes that are on our team that are directors and judges and do all that stuff. And I just posed the question to them, like, is this something you guys think we should do? And I was the only one that was in agreement with it. So I was overruled.
Right. Yeah,
That's
and
what it is.
that's no different than a bass boat tournament. Hey, we're gonna. I remember, what was that? 15, 20 years ago, they were talking about scaling motors back. When they 15 years ago, maybe something like that, they came out with the Mercury came out with that 300 racing motor, something like that, somewhere through there. And the limit was 250. The biggest motor you could have was a 250. And now they're talking, oh man, we got to have 300 on there. It's like, what the hell you need a 300 on there for? You don't need a 250 on there. It's like we're racing the spots. I get it. There's hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line, but I can even. I've seen guys out west have John boat tournaments. Oh, it's cooler. Crap, man.
Way cooler, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think they set a horsepower limit. I can't remember what it is, but a lot of them guys, they just have trolling motors on there. And you have jump boat tournament. Yeah, 9.9.
Yep.
That'd
be the way to do it, dude.
Opportunistic outdoorsman would like to know what percentage of anglers I've
heard of that guy
in a given event are running motors, and I would say it's probably
95,
98% now.
Yeah,
versus
there's nobody, dude. I fished a tournament in 2022, a Hobie Open, and I didn't have a motor, and I felt like an idiot. And that was 2022.
Yeah, but see, that's like Chad and I had this conversation though a while back. It's like now, I am that way, where I have nothing, and it's my choice to not have that stuff. Do I feel like that? No.
Suck.
Right. It's like I enjoy getting out there now with just me in a boat. Yeah, we're fishing a tournament. I get it. But it's like I don't care that much about winning, and here I end up winning.
I care about doing good, but dude, I will sell that motor tomorrow and be fine because my boat's fucking fast.
Yeah,
and I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete, so I can actually keep up with these motherfuckers, dude.
You've got good recovery drugs.
I do. I will try my hardest. I promise you, I'll try harder than you.
Think how aerodynamic you'd be if you shaved that head.
Dude, I'm about to. I've started getting some grays in here, dude. I've got like 4 or 5 grays up here.
He did that one summer, and he looked like a little Ethiopian child.
Yeah. Chad didn't even want to hang out with me.
I think the Seth Fighter looked over.
That was probably your worst fishing year.
It was, dude. I just didn't even like myself. I couldn't even look at myself with a fish.
Then there was he shaved the mustache off one year. That was the thing.
I've gone back and forth a couple times. I don't know what the hell to do with myself. I'm getting old, and I feel like I'm 20 still, but I'm almost 40.
That shit's gonna start falling out.
I know it, man. I honestly have been thinking about going to the barber and being like, give me an adult haircut.
What is an adult haircut?
I don't fucking know, dude, because I've always had this. Unless I shaved it. It was either shaved off or long and fucking chicks.
You want me to have Kim get in some magazines and look you up a good haircut?
Dude, Allison would be so mad if I cut all this off.
Oh, she likes to pull it.
She probably would be cool if I combed it over and had like a little something going on. Didn't have to wear a hat in the house. I wear a hat in the house all the
How
time
did
because
we
my
how
hair
did we
is
get
always in
here?
my face.
But no, I do think you Brian, you bring up a very excellent point, and I think even post Hobie BOS tour, they only did Let Motors Be, I think, 1 or 2 years before they ended up taking a hiatus from the whole trail thing. But the biggest tournaments, even when Bassmaster had started, Hobie was still bigger, and those were
Mhm.
They
still
were.
Hemi Power tournaments. Those were the biggest events
Yep.
around,
They
and
had
a
the
lot of
highest
those
purse,
guys,
man. Like
they did.
the
They had
money
the
was
highest
there.
purse, and
The
a lot of
championship.
those dudes left. A lot of those dudes quit fishing once that
Yep.
Oh,
The championship was what people really wanted to get into. That was the upper
that's all about
echelon.
buying too.
It was
You know,
because you could make 30 grand if you won the damn championship.
well,
are you talking
here's
about
the
the
main.
U.S. Championship or the World Championship?
Not the world, just the
Yeah.
U.S. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel like that
it
was
was
like a
good.
$25,000 purse. Like
Yeah, because Hobie did that World Championship thing, and that was,
yeah,
I don't know, to me that was awesome.
that seemed cool as hell,
Yeah,
man.
it
Like
was a
to be able to
different
go over
different
there and
country
do
every
that.
year, and swapping
Yeah,
out. That was really cool.
yeah. I bet the dudes that have got the ladies and gentlemen that have gotten to do that have been super pumped on that experience
Yeah.
because it looked cool, man.
I just, and another thing about it is I think that when you look at the organizations that are in charge of things right now, Hobie was a manufacturer that genuinely cared about fishing at the time and had a stake in things with the drives,
Yeah.
just as Jackson does with their drives and their boats and their river paddling.
Really.
That was for kayak anglers by kayak anglers in that moment.
Yep.
I think that's an important thing because now what we're looking at is, Bassmaster's cool and all, but
The coolest,
what's
but they don't give a
what's
shit
the win?
about
They don't
a
give a shit
plastic
about us.
boat.
No. Steve
No.
is a great dude. Steve has built something that's very, very cool. All
The
the props
best.
and the love to Steve, because he
He
has put
he
together a great thing, and
and
he's doing the best that he's allowed with it.
he's
But
also been in kayaks for way longer than me. I know
yeah,
that. He got in a kayak from the jump.
but this has no. Well, this next statement has nothing to do with Steve. There's no ladder above.
Right.
You win the kayak thing. Where's your advancement?
Yep.
What do you truly get? What's it truly worth? You're a subsidiary of the Bassmaster Classic. You just get to walk up there on stage. There's during the day when there's hardly anybody around.
Right.
Right. That part sucks. They're separating themselves now, though, right? After
Yeah,
this one.
hopefully. But there's no like, dude. If you climb up through the Bass Nation series, you can wind up at the Bassmaster Classic. You can be that amateur angler. There is a way. There is a
Yep.
way to advance to that top tier.
Yep.
Kayak fishing doesn't have that.
What
Yeah.
is the
There's
top
no
tier?
yeah, there's no way to graduate. Yeah, sure, they've taken a couple of these ladies and tried to help them graduate to the next level, which is
Yeah,
the opens and the different things.
because
They
they're
didn't take
ladies.
they didn't take Drew Gregory, who was
No, because
honestly
he's not a woman. If he would have identified as a woman, he may have gotten a chance.
yeah, and he deserves that same opportunity, in my opinion. He's
And
earned
more.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's earned it plus some.
Yeah, but let's say you do graduate and per se, and you go and you start fishing the opens next. They give you that opportunity. Okay, whether it's tournament entry fees, whatever. Then you still got to have that boat. You still got to have everything that goes along with the cost of that boat. So would people transition to that?
That's kind of an interesting thing too, because like back in the day, what was it? The Federation dude used to they used to give a boat away at some
Mhm.
point in the line to an angler, and then that angler got a boat and a truck for the year,
Yeah.
and his entry fees paid to try to make it.
Right. And
That would be cool.
to
That
my
would be a
knowledge,
cool opportunity.
there's nothing like that anymore. To my knowledge, and I could be wrong.
Hit the
No,
mute button.
and I'm sure it's a liability and an issue.
Yeah, and but it's like you have what was it? You were fishing FLW back in the day. Everybody wanting to make it to that Forest Wood Cup and everything else, and then you have Bassmasters and Bassmaster Classic, and so now you have the kayak championship. You know how many people have kayak championships? Everybody has a kayak championship. Is it diluting the prestigiousness of championship?
What's it mean?
Yeah, right. You're champion of this organization.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think I think at that point it's up to the organization to put these individuals on a platform. You're not going to grow unless you do.
Right.
It's you go from there's no. I guess the best way to put it was when you're looking at fishing and people looking at it as a person standing back, everybody wanted to be Bill, Kevin, Roland, Rick Lund. Nobody's sitting there saying that about these individuals because they've not been given the platform to make that name for themselves. Everybody's equal, so to speak.
Yeah, and that gets into the like that topic we brought up before about everybody's self-promotion, everybody self-promoting themselves. It's like you have to at some point self-promote yourself because nobody else is going to do it, so people might know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But like we've talked before, there's that fine line between, hey, I'm sponsored by this person, but are you really?
There's a classy way.
Right.
There's a classy way to do it, and then there's a bro way to do it.
Right.
Self-promotion sucks.
Yeah.
I hate it so much, but I'm from that. We're all older. We're from the time where you didn't have to self-promote, man. Like these dorks that get on the internet and can be like, hey, I'm the coolest dude that does this shit. Fucking subscribe and like my stuff because I'm the coolest. I could never say that about myself.
Like how you leaned in there.
That's how they fucking do it, though. Like, bro, dude, mom, dude, I'm cool. I mean, I could do it if I actually didn't feel like a dork doing it. Man,
I think
they ain't got no shame. Some of these people have no shame, and they can just do shit.
No, there's no shame, but I think you owe it. I don't care. It doesn't matter what level it comes at. If you've got any humility to you at all, you're gonna feel a little bit dorky. Like this
totally,
feels dorky.
Man.
But the way that doing something like this for promotional reasons and whatnot doesn't feel dorky is because you end up it's just a conversation with friends more than it is anything. Yes, there's people watching and listening and catching in the aftermath, but
no gimmick. We're not talking about stuff just because people will listen to us because we're talking about that.
Brought to you by Daddy Bates. They bite.
Right. And look right there. That's shameless self-promotion right there. And I get the emails all the time, dude, of people, hey man, send me some baits. Hey man, send me some baits. I'll promote you. I'll promote you here. Man, if I sent everybody baits that says they promote me,
imagine.
I mean, I'd be out thousands and thousands of dollars, dude.
The dudes that you want to send baits out to would never send you that message.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't ask. You hope that they come to you.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. That's how it's been my whole life about everything, like
In case you
you
haven't
gotta
figured out
ask
who the
for it.
opportunistic outdoorsman was, there you go.
Oh, I had to look close.
He ain't got he ain't got his glasses on. He's in his
Brummy.
senior.
Yeah,
Hey, we
they
need
He's in
some.
his senior.
they leave like a glow on this light thing. It's
We
like,
need a pack of chum sticks ASAP.
like feedback.
What did you do? Go out and get you one of them foot picture taking lights?
Oh yeah, man. I went. That's got a little remote control and everything with it. And I don't even know how to use it, but it holds my phone. It's $29 at the Amazon.
That's good. You ain't holding your phone like this
Right.
this time going,
Sitting there.
hey.
Selfie mode.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I can tell you a few things.
We need cool questions though. I can't see the chat, but has anybody in the chat got questions?
No,
No.
it's Brummett.
Just Brummett,
I think
yeah.
I just shared him again.
Yeah, dude. Nightcrawler on a 3/4 ounce weight in 12 feet of water, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I've got a new one I'm working on, and something you mentioned to me the other day. I'm trying to believe it or not. The only thing that's holding me up from making this bait right now today is my daughter used all the glue sticks for our hot glue gun the other day.
Man,
I
I'm
told
mad
her
as heck.
to, but so I can't make a box to form my mold, and that's the only thing holding me up. But somebody talked about a flat worm. You know
Yep.
anything about that?
Kind of look like
Yeah,
Popsicle effect. The popsicle effect.
I got the prototype made up, sitting over here,
Uh-oh.
The chumsicle?
waiting to pour it.
How can you make me a heavy? How can you make me a Senko that is heavy enough to like not just like
He wants
fall
to
real slow?
fish more like
Kind
a
of
Carolina rig.
fall a little faster, you know what I'm saying? Like heavy salt or what are you heavy something? Right?
Salt and put nail weight in. It's the only way you're gonna get down that fast.
I don't want to put anything in it.
Well,
I just
you
want to put the.
But you
you
put
keep-
I just want to put the hook in it.
put that salt in there. I mean, after so much salt, though, I mean, you're distorting your colors. You can never get
You're right.
stuff right. It's hard to, unless you're doing major big batches, working with industrial stuff,
Yeah, I've always
Small-
wondered. I mean,
small scale.
there's such the cheap ones do me so good, and I outfish the dudes that buy the real expensive shit when I buy the cheap shit, so I'll be all right. But dude,
It's all a game. I mean, it's all a game.
these people want to buy Yamamoto, and they're crazy.
And
There's way better.
I don't
There's
know
way
if I can
better.
say it on the air or not.
Dude, there's a better one with a 3-letter name.
My mold is the exact same mold as GY.
Yep.
And GY licensed it to the company that I got it from that sells it. So I mean, he's making his money, they're making their money, and it's the exact same thing. And
plastic,
$8 cheaper. But you can't get people to understand that. They want the name brand.
I don't want to buy a Senko for $1.
Yeah.
They fly off on a cast.
That's one of the things I do miss about, really back in the day, you always trolled Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And you'd always find like bait makers like Brian and different things. And it was always fun to order stuff from them just because you wanted to see what they had. And every now and then you found, especially wire baits and different things like that, you could always find something that was different, unique. It was a really good product most of the time. Even the plastics are more durable, a lot better product. They're not a throwaway. You can get a lot more hits out of them. But that was always fun. I kind of missed that with the way that the algorithms and the different things work now. It's like it's got to be a lot harder for those individuals. I mean, to get their name out there than what it used to be.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's no
No.
doubt. There's a lot of guys like I still follow on Instagram, hundreds of people, and literally I'll go to like my search bar, and my algorithm is nothing but fishing and lure building on Instagram, and just seeing stuff from Japan to, believe it or not, there's some stuff in Eastern Europe, some bait makers in Eastern Europe that will just blow your mind. Blow
I'm
your
really
mind.
interested in what the Japanese Amish are making.
What are they catching in Eastern Europe though?
Man, they catch like these. It's like big perch style
Okay.
fish. Lot of Wells catfish. You ever seen
Wells
Wells
catfish, right? Yep.
Man, that's a big thing over there still.
Big. Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
are they making like small baits, or are they
Oh
making real
man, they
big
got
baits?
this one guy, and I can't remember what his Instagram was, or I'd promote him right now because it is so awesome. He makes a goby that looks like a goby. I mean, you have to see it to believe it. And Chad, can you see my my Instagram on your stuff? If I get off this screen, it's going to take me off the feed. But I, like the people that I follow, that guy, he's unbelievable. Just the way he takes plastics. And I'm sure they have different formulas in Europe of plastisol and everything else, and the way he colors his stuff, and it looks like he airbrushes on top of plastic, to certain
Damn.
extents, and it's
He's a badass.
yeah, it's crazy. It's like people don't even know, like you were saying a while ago, though. It's like, yeah, I want to go down and get some yum baits, or I want to go down and get some, Strike King baits. And this guy's making stuff that if I didn't know him better, I'd grab it and eat it because it looks like a fish. It's so good. It's amazing stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff out there if you just get out of your bubble.
Japanese Amish.
Yeah.
The Amish make the best.
Yeah, can you imagine Amish did make swim baits? That'd be awesome.
They probably would be, man.
They'd be like so perfect.
They ain't got nothing else to do.
Right.
Make some damn swim baits.
Yeah,
bullshit,
perfect
fuckers.
baits. But
Some Daddy Baits. What am I looking for?
looks like a European bait maker. He makes a lot of goby. That's so sad. I can't remember what his name is. That's so horrible. You'll probably never find it.
I feel like I'm trolling you.
Right.
I honestly feel like the uglier my baits are, the better they work, though. Sometimes.
Yeah, and that's like a lot of stuff I make too. It's like I
don't
want to say I hate making everything the same, because I mean, in nature, it's like one crawfish ain't the same as the next. They might be the same color patterns, but you have a lot of guys, and they're like, oh, I need 25 of this color, and they all have to be identical. And if there's one little air bubble in one of them, I won't accept them. It's like, come on, dude.
Well, the thing, to me, I'm thinking about okay, these big bass are looking for wounded bait fish, or the bait fish that is the easiest to target. Well, that fish probably isn't going to look as pretty as the most healthy fish that's swimming in there. So they're probably looking for the one that's a little fucked up, that's got like a little mark on it, or is a little not as perfect on the side, not reflecting as much, a little bit more faded on the side, or whatever, a little bit more weird looking. That's what I want. I don't want it to be absolutely perfect.
It's not 8-bit baits, is it?
What is it?
8-bit?
No. That guy's out somewhere out west or something like that.
That guy can suck it. I'm just kidding. Sorry, 8-bit.
Yeah, I want to say it like starts with an E or something like that, but I can't remember. I know if I try to look at it real quick, it'll like take me off this stream or whatever. But
We'll gotta save something for next time anyway.
yeah,
Yeah,
next
I got
next episode will be Amish swim baits of America of Japan.
I've got one.
Epic bait molds.
I've got one swim bait maker I'm friends with that I'll have to talk about next time. All he does is swim
Just
bait.
bring him on and grill him.
Oh, he's cool as shit, man. You guys would like him.
I'll find it eventually after the fact.
Yeah,
You got a lot of good stuff though. You follow a lot of good stuff. I will say. Bass fishing, evergreen bass. These are Japanese dudes though.
yeah.
PG bass.
I translate all the Japanese on my phone so I can read it.
Where are the American bait makers, man?
Man, there's a lot of good
Sure.
ones. I mean, there really is a lot of good American.
There's a California guy that I just cannot think of his name because my brain is farting right now. But I fished with him once, and he moved out to Kentucky for a little bit, and then moved back to California. But cool as heck, man, and makes some awesome looking baits. So
Yeah, I mean, you probably there's a lot of big. I call them big name brands. You know, swim baits right now. You know, you still got the Andrew Hinkles. You know, guys like that that are
man,
going crazy and throwback baits. I mean, Lord, I got throwback tattooed on me. You know, that's how much I think of them. And then
hell yeah.
you know, you got the MS Slammer there, like Mike Shaw. I mean, those guys are Mike Shaw, especially, you know, legend.
Man,
Really?
I had a MS Slammer on back order for years and never got it, and I just got my money back.
Oh man, that's
Tackle Warehouse, not from him.
Oh
It was
man,
Tackle Warehouse.
you can order them direct from Mike Shaw right now. Like just go to his Facebook page. He puts out like maybe 5 a week, maybe something like that.
This was probably like 2017 or 18.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago.
That's been
I
a long
wanted
time
to
ago. They've been hard to get.
I wanted a slammer real bad. And you know who had one, Chad? Guess who had a couple slammers?
Scooter.
You know one dork that had a ton of swim baits.
Yeah,
And I can't think of his name.
Probably playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. You got it. He had a couple though, man. I wanted one real bad.
Yeah, they're killer baits.
I probably would have been too scared to throw it.
Well, and that's like I've got a PB Rat, and it's sitting here behind me. Hold on, I'll grab it. It's right here.
At least you got pants on. That's a win.
I love this rat. You know, it's a PB Rat, and I'm scared to death to throw it because I don't want to lose it. But it's it's made to be thrown. But
these are the ones you want to throw, though.
Right.
These little cheapy guys.
I know this thing will catch a killer fish, but it's like I don't want to lose it because I paid so much money for it.
I know it, man.
Oh Lord,
this one. There's just Slammer.
Ooh, that's a big daddy.
That's actually one of the small ones.
Is it? It looks huge.
To go musky fishing.
It's just a single joint.
That's what I wanted. Was one of the single joints.
It's
7-incher or something.
It's like
7 inch.
6'5" or 6", something like that.
Yeah.
I think it was 5 inch, but Mike always labels. And this one was made in 18.
Dang, dog.
Or I'm sorry, no. I was reading it upside down. It was 8 of 21. It was made in 21.
Okay, that's a little better.
Yeah.
Dang,
but yeah, I mean,
that's a fun one to throw, though, man.
Yeah. And
I don't know if I'd want to throw it around here, though. You go down the Tennessee River or somewhere where there's actually schooling fish. Indiana lakes, man. I wouldn't even throw that sucker.
Oh man, yeah. Just check it. Check it out.
Yeah, it dives shallow enough that you're probably not going to lose it
Yeah.
unless
Well, I mean,
a
that's like,
fish breaks you off and takes it or something. You know, like you're probably not going to lose it on a log or whatever.
but then I've got jerk baits. I've paid as much as swim baits.
Nah, I know it, dude. Jerk baits piss me off.
That's like that.
That's for next time. We're gonna dive in jerk off baits next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. This is not the time to talk about gay baits, dude.
It's like that love
There's
affair.
a whole episode to get to that. But
Dude.
let's wrap this thing up.
Any
I
more
think
questions in the
we're
chat? No
rambling.
questions in the chat.
There's only one person
Nah.
in the chat, dude.
Wow, man.
Eh,
I don't know. I'm not. I'm guessing there may not even be
no,
one.
we've had 2 or 3, but we're gonna dive into it more next time. It's just the first episode, children. First
Right.
episode. I mean, we didn't even know where it was going.
That's true.
In all
Yeah.
fairness, we don't
Sure.
know where the next one's going or when it's going to be. It'll be
Yeah,
in
we'll-
January. I can tell you that.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it.
But we'll talk about it. We'll bring back the next episode of the Tackle Co-op in January.
Probably talk about jerk baits. It's gonna
jerk
be
baits.
cold.
We're going to talk all about jerk baits. And, well, it's hard telling. I'm sure we'll get mad about something and wind up on a 20-minute rant about some random bullshit that's been going on. But we might be
Steaming.
talking about some. Yeah,
I'm already stewing, dude.
I know you're.
How
I can
guys
tell.
on YouTube named Randy piss you off?
How
Randy.
they got a damn half kayak on the back of their bass boat. I'm mad as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He-
fired up, dog.
Man. All right. Thanks for watching, kids.
Yep.
You can check this thing out on Spotify and YouTube Music and all kinds of other stuff. It'll be uploading here real soon, and we'll get it out to you so you can stream it, love it, live it, whatever you want to do. So thanks for watching. This has been the Tackle Co-op,
Stream
or
it.
whatever it was worth.
Peace.